Good day, everyone. So, today I'm going to introduce you to the use of this simulator, Arduino simulator. Okay, this is going to be the main page. This is where you can select any option of design from the menu. Uh, we are going to be working with the circuit menu. Here we can simulate from electronic circuits even to circuits designed with Arduino boards. Okay, so after we have selected the circuits menu, we're going to go to create new circuit. And here we're going to display a new window where we can use electronic devices provided from a list, and we will have a blank page that is going to be our workspace. Okay, so here at the left are the right, sorry, here at the right are some of the elements that we can use to build our design. The first element, or the two, I should say, main components that we will be using for our project purposes are going to be the Arduino and the breadboard. So for the selection of any of these components, we're going to hit the element with one left click and then simply drag without clicking, keep clicking, just moving the cursor around, click again, and the element is going to be placed in the workspace. So we're going to be using one Arduino board, and we're going to be using a whiteboard, what in Spanish is called a protoboard. Okay, so here are the two elements that we're going to be using. What should say, what should I say about the Arduino board? Okay, the Arduino board provides the advantage of a microcontroller, very simple for using. Okay, so there are going to be three main parts for this Arduino that we must learn how to use them in order to create more complex projects. Okay, so the first one, it's going to be the power section. Here, as we can see, there are a variation of power voltages, and of course um, options for providing a source of energy. But the most common outputs or boxes that we're going to be using are going to be the 5 volts and the 2 grounds, which are going to be like the negative part of that voltage. Okay, the second section is going to be the analog inputs. These are going to be the most common inputs for our projects. Remember that analog inputs are work with current, so we are going to be using these ones for most of the sensors that we are going to be using in the future for this subject. And finally, we have the digital section. This is the most common output and option for this board, for this microcontroller, but these ones can also be used as inputs. So if we are going to design a digital input, digital output system, this is going to be the section that we are going to work with. This is the part where we can use inputs also, but if we use if we use analog input, then this is going to be always our output. If we use in, this is going to be out, but this can also be used as in out. Okay, so after that, I'm going to explain now how to create a very simple circuit where we can just turn on a LED with the Arduino board as the power source. Okay, so here at the list of components, I'm going to search for a LED and a resistor, just the same way that we selected the Arduino and the breadboard. I click one in resistance and click one in the LED. Okay, so the way that we work with this simulator is exactly the same that we will be, well, maybe not exactly the same, but very similar to how we will be working in real life. Okay, so for dragging these elements in the workspace, we have to keep clicking and then drag them in place to wherever we want. Okay, that would be here, right, um, here, or we could select any other space. Remember that the way this breadboard behaves, it's exactly the same that it would happen in real life. Okay, so I'm going to keep it right here, and I'm going to move the LED just to get it in place and create a direct connection. You can see that a menu is displayed when I click in any of these two elements. The LED, it's going to display a color selection menu, and the resistor is going to display a value um, display menu. Okay, so after that, here it is. Okay, so after that, we have to create a connection from the Arduino to the breadboard. And how are we going to do that? Very simple. Uh, we are going to click in any of these boxes. As I told you, we're going to use the Arduino board as a power source, so we don't care much for this section and this section if all we want is power sourcing. Okay, so we're going to keep it just in this section for now. 5 volts, it's a positive voltage, so we're going to keep a click to make a click in this box, and as you can see, automatically what will be called a wire has come out from that box, and I can move it in whatever direction I want. I just clicked once here on that box, just one click. I'm not keeping clicking, so the movement of the wire is free. I am not forcing the click on the mouse, but I have to click again if I want to turn the wire in any direction I want. So there's just one click in the beginning, one click on that turn, and I'm just moving the cursor to the distance that I want it to keep the length that I want. I'm going to drag it right here and click again, and one more click right here. So all I have to do is just click again and keep the direction that I want right here.